Hey, what's up everybody? It's Abdul. I'm back with another video. If you see the video title, then you probably know what this is all about. Unfortunately, a couple of days ago, Muhammad Ali passed away. So I decided today to go down to his childhood home. Of course, if you don't know, I live here in Louisville, Kentucky. So this is where Muhammad Ali was born and raised. And we have the privilege of having a Muhammad Ali childhood home museum in our city, as well as the Ali Center, which is downtown. But I decided to go to the childhood home because someone had actually asked me where it was located. So I decided to do a little video just of me driving to the location. And first of all, I apologize if the video in the car isn't that great. My camera setup wasn't really the best while I was driving, but tried to do as best as I could. The childhood home is actually located in the west end of Louisville, which is predominantly black, African American neighborhood in Louisville. The best way I would say to get there would be to well, I'm gonna take Oak Street. This is the way I'm gonna go in this video. Right now I'm in Old Louisville. I'm headed west. This is Brook Street. So I'm gonna make a right onto Breckenridge and go west. As you can see, there's a little boxing gym here on the left. Probably should have stopped and got some video of it, but nonetheless, if you're ever in town, you can stop there. It has a neat little mural on the side of Muhammad Ali. But yeah, as I was saying, very sad news. Of course, everybody knows Muhammad Ali had Parkinson's disease. So, the Muhammad Ali that we see in the old videos and with all the lipping and the rhyming, that Muhammad Ali's been gone for a long time. And so for me, it's kind of a relief because he was going through a lot of suffering with Parkinson's disease. If you don't really know about the disease, it pretty much affects your motor skills and you can't talk, but you understand what's going on around you. So it's kind of like being trapped in your own body, which can't be that great of a feeling, if you ask me. So, if I had a family member that was in that situation in that bad of a state, this would be a relief, because it's obviously in a better place. So heading west on Breckenridge. The museum is on a street called Grand Avenue. Like I said, it's in the west end. So if you're ever in town, you can GPS it or whatever. It's not that terribly hard to find. So I grew up in the West End, and I got a lot of Muhammad Ali stories. There were times when I would be at the park, and there was this one time where I was at the park with my friends, and we just saw this parked car. So we kind of rode past it. We were on our bikes, So we kind of got a glance of the guy that was in the car. We said, "Hey, that looks like Muhammad Ali." This is like around maybe 95, 96. So we kind of circled back around and looked into the car, and lo and behold, it was Muhammad Ali. And he was with his photographer, Howard Bingham, who was kind of like his right-hand man. Whenever he had fights, Howard Bingham would be there, and whenever he would go on to any events, Howard Bingham would be there taking pictures. So we kind of stuck our heads in the car, and I was like, "Hey, my name is Rahman." Well, my middle name is Rahman, and for you all that don't know, his brother's name is Rahman. So I had actually met Muhammad Ali before when I was a little younger, so it was kind of amazing that he actually remembered who I was, and that's probably because I have the same name as his brother. So we stuck our heads in the car, got autographs, and went on our way. And that was just one of the times that I actually had the opportunity to meet Muhammad Ali. So I'm heading west on Oak Street right now. The West End, a little bit about the West End. Like I said, it's predominantly African American. I grew up on 42nd in Virginia, which is it's a little bit about maybe a couple miles from where we are now. And we would always ride our bikes past Muhammad Ali's house. Back then, in the 90s, it was kind of run down, to be honest with you. But recently, they actually had opened up, I think last week, the museum. So they repainted it and remodeled the inside of the house. So it really is a remarkable thing to see, because it's so different from how it was when we were growing up. But this neighborhood can use a lot of redevelopment. High crime area. There's a lot of good people living here, though. A lot of hardworking people. So I have to point that out because obviously it's not all bad. So when you get on to Oak Street, you're gonna just keep going down for maybe 2 or 3 miles. So right now we're passing. We just passed Dixie Highway, so we're gonna go down about 4 or 5 more blocks. Today's a Sunday, so a lot of people are out going to church and having picnics and enjoying the Sunday. But there's a lot of the 2 major things you'll probably find in the West End is a lot of churches and a lot of liquor stores. You have a lot of programs as well, but yeah, there's like a liquor store on every corner and a church on every corner, which is probably the same way in any other urban ghetto or inner city area, whatever you want to call it. Really trying not to stereotype, but like I said, I grew up here, so I feel like I can say what I want to say about the neighborhood. So right now I turn right onto Grand Avenue, which is the street that the museum is on, but it's actually I went the wrong way, so I'm gonna make a U-ey here soon. Actually gonna turn around, but this is Grand Avenue, but it's not the street, the section that the museum is on. So, you know, stories that you'll find people who knew Muhammad Ali that they would tell is that he was always training and running. My parents always tell, well, my mother tells stories about him. She went to Male High School. Muhammad Ali went to Central High School. So there was a big rivalry, I believe, at the time. Central was an all-black school at the time, but the stories are that Muhammad Ali used to run. He wouldn't take the bus to school. He would like run behind the bus in order to get to school, and that was part of his training. So he was a very hard worker from the onset, you know. So I'm taking right now. I'm so as you can see, there's a lot of industrial buildings, but they employ mostly people from out of the West End, which is kind of odd, you know. You would think that they would employ mostly people from the neighborhood, but it's not really the case, you know. This is a really complicated neighborhood. You know, a lot of people who aren't from the South don't really understand the concept of segregation, and that's really what the West End is. It's a segregated neighborhood. Louisville is pretty much segregated, you know. You have the West End, the East End, South End. Don't really have a North End per se, but the West End is pretty much where African Americans live. There's pockets of African Americans in the East End, like in Smoketown, and then you have the Newburgh neighborhood, which is more South End. So I took another wrong turn here, so I'm actually gonna turn around again. Should have turned left. I think it's this camera that I'm focusing more on the camera than I am on getting to the the Ali Center. It's just kind of, well, the Ali Childhood Home. It's kind of funny. But this is Grand, and Grand is kind of cut off at the railroad track, so that's why I couldn't just go straight back down Grand when I made the wrong turn. I had to go around the railroad tracks. But anyway, the childhood home is right in front of me, and as you can see, there's a lot of traffic. A lot of people out are coming to visit the home today. So I'm just gonna go ahead and park and see what I can see. Be right back. All right, so I got parked, and I'm out at the childhood home of Muhammad Ali. As you can see, there's a lot of people, a lot of press. This guy right here, I think he's like directing people to come into the museum. So they're having tours of the childhood home and the museum. There's actually like a visiting center on the left, which is right here. And I went in and bought a hat and like a little water bottle holder. Here's the plaque that they put up for Muhammad Ali. And here's a shrine that people came out and created. A lot of visitors, a lot of people from all walks of life, old, white, black, Asian, all coming out to pay respects to the greatest of all time. The house on the right, which is the pink one, this is the childhood home. Like I said, it was in a lot of disrepair for a lot of years, and a couple of weeks ago they reopened it. There's actually people from TV1, ESPN, USA Today, lots of people from all over the world coming today to see the home of Muhammad Ali, the childhood home of Muhammad Ali. And then you just have people from the neighborhood who just are coming out to pay their respects. And these are people lined up to go into the childhood home. And like I said, Muhammad Ali had an impact on everybody. You know, it doesn't matter what race you are, what religion, what age. Pretty much everybody. So it's awesome to see so many people of different backgrounds coming to the West End and to pay their respects. So that pretty much wraps up my video. Obviously, this is going to be a pretty long week for Louisville. They're going to have a funeral procession for Muhammad Ali that's going to come past the childhood home. So if you're in town, you know, you might want to come out and say your last goodbye to the greatest of all time. I'll see you all next time. Peace.